It's the battle of the verses. The battle of the verses. It's the battle of the verses. It's the battle of the verses.
Welcome to Battle of the Verses.
Today we have two reboots going up against each other. Michael, what reboot are you defending?
I'm defending Halloween 2018.
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
He's here!
Michael!
And I'm defending Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Is the boogeyman real? Why are you so obsessed with the boogeyman, Tommy? Michael, stop!
We have a poll going right now. People are live voting, okay? So we will reveal the results at the end.
We'll have to.
So I'll let you start off this court of battle. Why do you think 2018 is a better reboot? Not a movie, just a better reboot of the franchise.
So I think that Halloween 2018 serves its purpose really, really well in the fact that it's a little difficult because it's almost in its own category, you know, and we talked about this before. It's not a reboot. It's more of a sequel reboot. I don't even know what you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But I think that overall...
It's definitely a reboot.
Yeah, all right. But it's not, though. It's more of a sequel, right? Your piece of shit is a reboot. That's a solid reboot. If there's ever been a reboot before, yours is a reboot. My movie actually has a purpose. It's to continue a story. So whatever you want to say about which movie's better, mine is just an overall better purpose. I'm going to keep using the term purpose a lot because it's true. It's continuing the story from one. So I think that they executed it. It's the Michael that you know from one, right? It's not a fucking stupid rehashing and changing the character and getting more backstory. No. It's one continued. So I think they executed it way better than that piece of shit reboot.
But you're talking about a sequel, man. We're debating what's the better reboot of a franchise. That's what we're debating.
So 2018 Halloween is a better reboot.
If you don't think it's a reboot, what else the fucking is it?
It's a sequel. It's a sequel reboot.
So why is it called Halloween?
Because they could not come up with a better title.
No.
That's the one thing I don't like about the title.
All right, so I guess we're not going to agree that it's a reboot, but I'm just going to give you reasons why I think Rob Zombies is a better reboot overall. Because I think what you're trying to do when you do a reboot is you're trying to push life into a franchise that has been dead for so long. And that's why I think when it comes to reboot, Rob Zombies is better because it adds stuff to the lore of Michael Myers, not the cult shit from number 6 or anything like that. Gives you a little bit of when he was a kid and a different tone and a different director's eye. You can't tell who directed number 2 and 4 and 6 and 5. It's all the same bullshit. But you get Rob Zombie, who has a unique guy, whether you like him or you don't, doesn't matter. He has a director's eye. He's an auteur, so to speak, okay? He put his flavor on the Halloween franchise that I think was going to come regardless. And I'm glad they chose him because it gave it that gritty and rough edge to it. That's why 2018 came around, because in the early 2000s and mid-2000s, you needed something like that. And Rob Zombie delivered. That was the time back then. So when it just plugged so much life into the Halloween franchise as a whole, that's why I think it's a better reboot. Better movie, I'm not arguing if it's a better movie or not. I do like it better, but I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying in terms of if you're a Hollywood exec, you want to reboot something, how do you do it? I think that's how you do it, is you make something totally different, but the same.
Yeah, but I would say for 2018 Halloween, though, the thing that you're getting is the same Michael from the original. So I think that if you're going to reboot a franchise and you have like the capability to give the same look, the same feel, the mask is very comparable to the first. The walk, obviously Nick Castle did some of that too. Then it's a more successful reboot, right? Is that you're
No.
Yeah, but it is though.
I think it's a better sequel, maybe.
I'll use the case of Friday the 13th, right? It's a shitty reboot because you don't have the same Freddy, right? So it's like, if you can...
You said Friday the 13th.
Oh my God, I'm such an asshole. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Not even else me. I'm all fucked up. you can say that it's the same Michael from 1 is in the new one in 2018. Would you agree with that?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the same character from the first one.
Totally, but
Sure.
but again though, but not in the same way that any of the other sequels before it were.
But that's why I think the 2018 reboot, sequel, whatever, is more akin to the Friday the 13th remake, the Texas Chainsaw remake, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. That's what it's more akin to, because it's the same Michael, the same Jason, the same Freddy, even though it's played by a different character. It's more in that vein. Rob Zombie took it into a totally new direction where, like, why are you gonna ever touch Halloween? It's a perfect movie. Don't fucking touch it. Do not touch it. If you're gonna touch it, add something that is worthy of adding. And the first 40 minutes of that movie to 50 minutes are worth adding. It gives answers and raises questions and causes people to have dialogue about Michael Myers, nature versus nurture. It just is an interesting film in that sense, regardless of the quality that you think it is. I guarantee you in 20 years, looking back, you're gonna be like, wow, Rob Zombie's at least had a vision and an idea, and it was fascinating and interesting. 2018 is your run-of-the-mill, generic, solid, just, okay, they didn't fuck it up. That's the best you can say about 2018 is, oh, they didn't fuck it up. But it doesn't do anything to reboot and just put more life into this franchise. That's why I don't think it's a better reboot.
See, but I think that the zombie reboot did fuck it up. I think that it gave an idea that some people don't even care for, Mikey. I'm one of the biggest Michael Myers fans, you know that. I don't give a fuck about his childhood. Unfortunately, that's the best part of the movie.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, it's the best part of the movie. I don't need to know. You've said it before. We've all said it before. There's some people you just don't need a fucking backstory on. I don't care how they got there.
I'm not listening!
That's your opinion, though. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And there's
You
other people
don't
that are
like
going to
it.
disagree with what I just said. Yeah, for sure.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying, with everything of the quality of the film, that's totally fine. I just mean at least you're not just remaking and rebooting the same fucking thing. And in 2018, that's what they did. Just Jamie Lee Curtis is older. Michael Myers still does all the same shit, the same music beats hits when he turns, the same fucking boring kills that you get. It's just the characters are older, and they named it the same goddamn thing as the first movie, not as a successful reboot to me, as Rob Zombies, man. If Rob Zombies wasn't around, 2018 would never have come. They needed Rob Zombie to do something so crazy and different and twisted and fascinating that they're like, whoa, 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 mixed reaction. We got to bring it back to just being generic and just standard Michael Myers movie. And that's what 2018's is. It's not memorable. It's not made super well. It's just boring and generic. That's all it is. And they didn't fuck it up. That's why they got credit, and that's why they made 2 more, because they just didn't fuck it up.
Sure, but playing it safe sometimes is the better move.
Not
right?
for a reboot. That's my point.
Yeah, but I mean, but look at yours though, right? Aside from the childhood stuff, the second half is pretty much the original.
But it's
Pretty much.
I just rewatched it last week.
Yeah.
It's definitely not shot for shot, right? Definitely not. A lot of characters do a lot of different things, and it has a gritty, updated vibe that the 2018s doesn't even really have either. Rob Zombies has this like gritty vibe to it that the 2000s kind of, quote unquote, I hate the term, torture porn-ish, where like it felt gritty and it's all handheld and close-up shots and not the slick, solid, slow building pace and tension that Carpenter did. It's the total opposite. So in 2018, you're getting someone trying to replicate Carpenter's, slow and steady filmmaking, but can't do it. And they add in like annoying characters on top of that. So it's like, that's why if you're looking at just both movies, who rebooted this franchise better, I think Rob Zombies did, because at least he swung for it. And half the people like it, half the people don't. Like, I don't want to see the same thing. And 2018, you just see the same thing. It's just a reboot. It's a generic reboot. That's my best argument as to why mine is not, because it's just not generic. Like Eric.
Eric is a little generic.
He is.
I agree with you on that. So I'm going to agree with you for something that's what I'm going to agree with you on.
Thank you.
But as a purist, when it comes to my guy, Halloween, I want more of one. And I got more of one in Halloween 2018.
But it's not even close to Carpenter's like.
But it's the most Carpenter
tension and shit like that.
No, it's the most Carpenter-esque for sure. Even more. I mean, look. I love 2, the original number 2, but it really felt like I got the Michael that I grew up with, which isn't. We could always do a battle on that, dude. Because I fucking love 2.
It's the opposite of number 1.
No, it's
a gore kill fest. That's all it is.
I get it, but I love it. But anyway, so I just think it's like if you want more of 1, you're gonna get that in 2018. So,
but it's lower quality, way lower quality.
But quality how?
Compared to number 1.
Oh, compared to number 1,
that's what I'm saying.
Come on, dude.
Like,
it's number fucking 1.
It's way low. That's what I mean. Reboot. I'm not talking sequel here.
No, for sure.
That's why I'm saying quality.
Sure, but you're capturing a lot. You are capturing Carpenter's 1 in 2018 is what I'm trying to say.
You're not.
With the Michael,
I disagree. Maybe the Michael.
The Michael. You obviously have
similar.
Jamie back.
The Michael is similar.
If you
I
can
get
have
it.
a good reboot, you can have the same character come from the original, and they did. Same characters. They did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. The same characters were back. I agree with that.
It's a solid reboot. If you can get the characters back in, especially the main characters, that's great. You got Michael, you got Jamie again. That's fantastic. Look, for what they needed to do, they did it. And it did revamp. It did obviously bring back curiosity to the character again, where it fell short in Zombies, right? I can't believe
what?
Zombies made a second one. It's fucking
because it got so much hype and it made so much fucking buzz around town that it was like, holy shit. I've never seen a Michael Myers that is like this is nothing like we've seen before. That's why I think it's a better reboot. If you're going to reboot something, I hate the idea, this just cynical idea from Hollywood producers of like, yo, let's just make the same fucking thing and don't fuck it up. And that's what 2018 did. They just made the same fucking thing and didn't fuck it up. That's it. It's not great. Exactly. And I don't think that's good for a reboot. Rob Zombie did the opposite, and that's why I think it's a better reboot because it just breathed so much life into it. I remember watching that in the theaters being like, what the fuck? We're getting Michael as a kid in an insane asylum. This is fucking awesome. I don't know. I just really think that you have to swing and do something different for a reboot. And in 2018, it just didn't.
But again, for a rehashing, I think they nailed it. I think they honestly nailed it. I think they nailed it. I think they nailed Michael. I think they nailed Michael. And that's the most important thing you can do. Is getting Michael right.
No, I don't know, man.
Michael
not for a reboot.
Hasn't been right, arguably, since the original.
Okay, from the original, 2018 is the best one that got Michael right, if you're talking about the original.
Yeah.
But for a reboot, I think you need to do something different and swing for the fences, and that's what I think Rob Zombie did. And that's why I think it's better, man. I just think it's better movie. I'm not gonna tell you otherwise because that's totally subjective, right?
Sure.
Totally subjective. I'm not going to fucking die on any hill. I do love Rob Zombies and I like 2018. So take with that what you want. And even the kills alone in Rob Zombies are fucking awesome and memorable and really, really hit you where that's not what Halloween was in the original, It just wasn't that. So they're like, oh, we're rebooting it? Let's do something different this time. Let's not just tell the same fucking stupid story and the stupid beats. Let's do something different. And that's what they did. And that was it's crazy, but that's back when Hollywood actually had some balls. And they would be like, yeah, this dude just directed 2 crazy movies. Let's give him one of the biggest fucking horror franchises of all time and see what he does with it. And he made a good movie. I think Rob Zombie's Halloween is a good movie. I think most people will agree with that besides Myers purists.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I do.
Most people would say that Zombies' first one is good.
You can't say that's a bad movie.
It's fine.
I just rewatched it. You can't say that's a bad movie.
It's fine.
It's better. It's better than 2018's. I'm just gonna say it right now.
You said you didn't want to talk about.
I know, but I'm fucking saying it.
Well, guess what?
I'm fucking saying it.
More successful, higher score. It's all good.
Higher score for who?
For 2018.
No, who's scoring?
IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, everything.
Fuck that, dude.
It's just
they
higher
don't
in all
know
regard.
nothing. They don't know shit.
They
dude.
do. I'm battling you, motherfucker.
I know.
So I don't care about the backstory. He fucked up. He killed his sister. He went to fucking an insane asylum and broke out. It's all I need. And guess what? That's what we got in 2018. They changed it around a little bit. Lori's the fucking aggressor. She's the one who wants to trap him and kill him. Love that angle. That is new. That is new. When do you ever see that? You don't.
No, yeah, that's cool what they
New,
did with Laura's
reboot,
character.
rehashing.
I'll give you that.
Change it up a little bit.
Took you 15 minutes to bring up a good point. I'll give you that.
Yeah, guess what?
I'll give you that.
Brought it up.
I knew you were
Guess
going to
what?
say that.
Brought it up.
Guess
You know
what?
what I'm saying?
Brought it
Guess
up,
what?
dude. You know,
Did
I brought it up, man.
Did I say it? Yes.
Yes, you did say it.
So that was cool. I mean, that was we've been waiting for that because we didn't get it anywhere else. Lori was ruined.
Yeah.
In Rob Zombies.
Hold that thought.
No, she wasn't.
One of the worst final girls of all time.
Not at
Acting,
all.
everything, just a fucking disgrace. We didn't get it in.
It's opinion based.
We didn't get. We didn't get it in number fucking 8 in the beginning. She died in the first couple minutes. We finally get to see Lori get some fucking revenge. It's almost a revenge movie, right? So that's a little bit of a change in the Halloween franchise, and I like it. And they did it in 2018, son. 2018, man. He's just the better. He's Michael. 2018 is Michael Myers.
See, that's why I think you're
so different.
You ignore,
fucking
see,
dude.
and that's why it's because Rob Zombie messed with your man. He messed with your man, and you felt very, very, very hurt by that. And I understand that.
Yeah,
I
could say.
I understand that you were hurt that someone else changed up your guy a little bit.
Is that how you felt with Nightmare on Elm Street reboot?
Answer me! No. Do you think you can bring the dead back to life? No. I didn't fucking think so.
No, because that was just a different guy playing him.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
I felt a little offended.
I didn't fucking think so.
Yeah,
I just think if you're gonna, I think the basis principle rounding out is if you're gonna reboot something, you need to take a swing, and Rob Zombie took a swing. That's my final statement. Michael, what is your final
And
statement?
they sunk, by the way. Let's just be real about that. They were terrible.
They made a sequel. How did they sink?
Terrible. It was awful.
The sequel's terrible, but how did they sink if they made a sequel, Michael? I'm just saying.
Rob Zombie overall failed the horror community with Halloween. There we go.
You're insane.
No,
David
I'm
Gordon
not.
Green failed the horror community.
That's a different
with
argument.
Halloween.
No, not with Halloween.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
It's so fucking generic, and you even said it to me in private. You're like, every time I rewatch it, it gets worse, and I go, I know. Because it fucking sucks.
It has gotten worse over the years.
Because you get so excited to see Michael, and we see him in theaters, and oh, okay, and then you see it again, you're like, oh my God, this is just not. Talk about annoying character. Don't even get me started, dude.
Don't even get me started because we did episode 306 of Two Double
All right, we're gonna go to the vote. We're gonna go to the fucking
initially
vote, dude. We're gonna go to the vote. We're gonna see what the people thought. I know you're gonna win because people don't like fucking taking chances. They don't like things that are fascinating or interesting or new or innovative. They don't like any of that shit.
People like good movies, you know?
They want to see the same old generic shit. I knew I should have fucking lowered your levels before we recorded because you've been so loud during this episode.
same I've been for
that
35
Now I'm
years.
gonna have to edit,
he's
spend
not.
3 more hours editing this
he's not.
fucking thing.
No, he's not.
We're gonna find out who won between Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2018.
I mean, no shit. You know what I'm saying? No, thank you so much.
Yeah.
See, horror community. So back to what he said.
I knew I was gonna lose.
No shit. Oh yeah, most people think it's good. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, dude.
Yeah, it's
There's 8 of you.
68% to 32%. And, you know, it's fine. I still think rebooting Rob Zombie did it better.
Doesn't really matter anymore, though, right? You know, just doesn't matter.
It's the battle of the verses. The battle of the verses. It's the battle of the verses. It's the battle of the verses.